Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Zambi.
Hello. Hi. I pushed a code on my personal GitHub. I will share the link. Okay. If you want to start coding or set up your environment, two things. One is the setup of I'm using a cloud environment IDE, which provides GPU. The name is Lightning Studios, but if you want, you can use what you want. It's not mandatory, or better if you have a local GPU installed. And on GitHub, I pushed a first version of the API. So if someone wants to start coding, the idea is to set up the environment, and after that to run the API on the environment. And please give me a feedback.
Okay, so thanks, Zambi. I just saw the repository. I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you. And hello, Tripur.
Hi, Gianluca. Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
Tripur. Okay, with Tripur, I shared one link. I shared two links. One is the on cloud IDE, which I'm using for to write the code, and it provides GPU, so we can use to have GPU to run fastest in a fast way the code. And the name is Lightning Studio. Also, you can find the link on the slides. And I have a very first version of the API, which I pushed on my GitHub and shared link on the chat if you want to check the code, or if you want to run the code on the IDE.
Okay. Lightning.ai.
Yes, I can share if you want. In the meanwhile, other people are connecting. Okay, this is the Lightning Studios. Yeah, it provides a 22-hour free each month, but you can also buy extra hour. For example, I bought I think $10 for the last month. But if you have local GPU or want to use another tools, yeah, it's the same. What you prefer. For me, it's good because you can start freely. And for example, if now I can, this is the version of the code, and it's this. Yeah, I split the code on different files, one for each function, and that file contains the configuration. There are two main files, which is the ingest for creating the knowledge base, and the second one is the main one file, which contains all other functions. And to run it, you have to run the API.py. which contains two HTTP requests. One is the GET and the other is the POST. I'm available for if you want to see if you want to check the code together.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, you can start, and also Jacqueline, you can start when you want, reading the code and set up the. Yeah, this is the environment, the same file, and just to it's important to add a directory. The name is rtdocs, which will contain the read the docs documentation of Hyperledger Fabric, and you can download in two ways. One is downloading by clicking using the browser, and another one is using wget command. We get, and
Okay.
I'm preparing the documentation. And the idea is to prepare the documentation and integrate that code in the official repository of Hyperledger Labs FAQ. So if you want to, I don't know, check the system setup and so on, if you have trouble, you can contact me. We can have technical session, and after that I will provide you the documentation, the how-to documentation for install the code and download the documentation of read the docs and so on.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't really hear it clearly. What's the RT docs for?
Okay, now we are using the RAG technique. The RAG technique is in our official repository. We have this is the official repository, and we are using the RAG, which is like here in README.
Oh,
Yeah, you can see that. And RAG, it's a technique which generate the response using context, specific context. And specific context, we can build the specific context, writing data inside a vector database. We can download data from the official documentation of the Hyperledger Fabric, which is that one. Ledger Fabric. Okay, also FAQ or read docs is the same. Yeah, this is the official documentation of Hyperledger Fabric. It's start from here, I think. Yeah, can share the link in the chat. Okay, this is the official documentation, and so we are using LangChain library, which is an open source library, which can elaborate different template of documentation. One is the read docs. Read docs is a standard documentation, is I think an open source template. And so to do that, you can download the documentation into way. One is to click here on the bottom. You see different link. One is download, that one. I can share also that link. For
Hi, everybody.
example, hi Bobby.
I just want to add something. I'm going to drop in the chat. There is a paid tooling policy. So in other words, Hyperledger, now that like your lab is in Hyperledger, our lab is in Hyperledger, we can use the paid services that Hyperledger has thought would be helpful, and this is a list of them. On there is Read the Docs, so Hyperledger pays for a advanced version of Read the Docs. So there's more that you can benefit than just free open source Read the Docs. You can use the let me see, where is it down here? Recommended tools for technical documentation is actually not Read the Docs. They suggest you use, or we suggested. Actually, our answer was to do the metaverse documentation place, but that didn't go over too well in the last meeting. So we kind of dropped that. But here is what you can use for your documentation internally.
Okay, thank
It's
you,
on
Bobby.
that page. The link didn't copy, but it's materials for Make the Doc, not just Read the Doc. Sorry to interrupt you, Gianluca. I just wanted to put that out there.
No, thank you. Yeah, I started a technical session because I pushed the first version of the API on my personal GitHub repo because I'm preparing the documentation, the step-by-step documentation for install and run that one. Because if someone now wants to start code, they can. So the idea is to prepare the documentation and integrate that code inside the official repo of Hyperledger AI FAQ. And in the meanwhile, if someone wants to set up the IDE, I suggest to use that one, the Lightning Studios, or another one in cloud, which provides GPU, which is faster for this execution, and also to read the code, to be familiar with the code. In the meanwhile, I will prepare the documentation and share the step-by-step.
I think that, and Luca, maybe Arunima or Tripur might want to take a hand at that since they were in the documentation task force, because you got a lot to do. So
Oh, great!
Delegate to at least or at least offer it, because I know that that's what we worked well with. I know that Tripur likes GitHub Actions or the GitHub version, and so we can use anything we want. So you shouldn't have the responsibility of creating the documentation. I don't think.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's great. That's great.
Like,
So,
and we're like, yay.
yeah, that's great.
So
And
I'll go over a little bit more of that during the business end. So continue.
yeah, sorry, I stopped my sharing, and I'd like to, because I see you, so your page, so I pass the talk to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And hi, everybody. Sorry I was a little late. I have that dog issue every once in a while. I have to put them away before they freak out. So this is just a look at that paid tooling policy. If you're using anything in our Hyperledger lab, you are entitled to use these. So Hyperledger pays for them for the community. So if you want to take a look at them, maybe it'll fit into something else you're working with, and you'd be like, oh, I was looking for that. That's where you would find the paid tooling policy. Getting back to us. So, wait, I wanted to just jump here. So two things are going on. I'm going to go way back up to the mentorship program itself. Congratulations. We're so excited you're here, Jacqueline. So the mentorship program, why isn't my page loading? There is only a few tasks for you, Gianluca and Jacqueline, in respect to reporting back to Min. So let me see, mentorship projects. I'm sorry, again, my new computer, I'm in the middle of setting it up. It's going to be awesome. First thing I'm going to do is try to do the follow the instructions in the Make the Docs for our project. But right now, let's get to the project. So on this page, I don't consider this a working page for the group. This is just between you and Min. Basically, come on, my computer is so slow. So as you see, some people, oh, I clicked too fast. Some people have already done the project plan, which is your next, I want to go back, sorry. So this page is fine, but under this page, I can't delete all of these. I can only delete mine. So just pretend they're not there. Or if you have authority over the delete, because again, we can't edit these pages anymore, only you can. But these were set up by individuals, so I can delete mine. I'll go back in there and delete mine. I've copied everything over from here already so that all of this stuff is in the other side of the wiki page. But here, if you look at Web3 already did theirs. You have to give Min a project plan. And here is the I don't know if you received it in an email, the template, but it basically is the mentees, the volunteers, the deliverables, and a timeline. And you can copy this from any of the other projects that have it done already, because they'll all be kind of the same.
Yes, sorry,
if you
Bobby,
look-
because I started I created the one page. Yeah, I can share the link on the, and also I'm brought to mean because yeah, the page is, it creates under a wrong page, but she replied to me that it's correct, but I don't know. I see the page in the wrong the wrong page,
Where
wrong
is
place.
your, well, here, if you're, let me log in first. You can move that real easy. Let me show you how to do that.
Yeah, okay. I put the link of my project plan. Yeah, it's a draft on the chat, but I see it on the wrong place.
Level. Yeah, no
Yeah,
worries.
wrong level.
Fix that in a second. I just have to log in, and again, my old computer is like chugging up the last hill. There we go. Oh no, so if I'm logged in, if you hit these, this caret over here, and say view in hierarchy. Does that work? Probably. Oh, jeez. I don't know if it'll let me because these are Min's pages. But usually you can view, or this isn't even on. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. So it'll give you this, and if you have control, you can just click it and drag it to another level or back a level or under something. So I don't want to really mess with this page because
Okay.
it's not mine. But if I click this, I could like move it, click and drag it wherever I want. So wherever your page wound up, you can just click here, view in hierarchy, and click and move them. So I don't know how to get rid of but anyway, so you can see if you can get rid of these. At the next meeting, we can ask the individuals to delete them themselves if we have to, because again, everything's been copied over. But you should add here the project plan. Let me click on the link that you sent. There we go. Where is it? Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I can do that right now. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, so it's under labs,
Yes.
not the mentorship. Oh, see, that's why I said I want to take a step back to just talk about what you're responsible for Min. And basically, you're doing the project plan, so you already know. Let's see if I can move this. I don't think I can move it outside, so we can just copy it and make a new one and then delete this one.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is great. The mentor deliverables. And also she's probably gonna come back and ask you to I think there's like 4 quarterly deliverables or checkpoints that you will, on that project plan, Min will send you an email saying it's come for time for your first quarterly review of Jacqueline. Has she met the deliverables? And you can just click the button on the page that says that she's done the deliverable. So
yeah, it was a try. I started to create, but I have the mistake. But yeah, we can. Jacqueline and I will continue to finish the in order to finish the before the end of the June, the project plan.
yeah, and look
Sure.
at that indie, the one right above us on the menu. Indie's project plan is perfect. It has like 3 buttons where you're gonna have to check each quarter off, and then a small timeline that's very, you know, general. And what I used to do is when it came time for the evaluation, I would just copy the tasks that we completed and put a link to our meeting notes.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, it's under Bobby Mascara's information. Jeez Louise, how are we ever gonna get this page right?
Yeah, but same. I created under the program, the AIFQ program, and it will
I don't know.
go.
I'm gonna check this, make sure we can do it. I'm just gonna, I need one of these up on my menu. I'm tired of navigating.
In my opinion, the idea is to solve this issue creating a ticket. I will ask to Main, and if she agree, I will create. I will create a ticket to the support.
Let me just see, one last try for me. Okay, we're right there, right? Internship 24 projects. We want this one. There we go. Okay, so we're here, and now we want to create. It should drop it right under here, like it did our subfolders. A blank page, create. Oh, selected space. Oh, stop. I went too fast. Shoot. Let's see if it lets us do it. If not, you need a ticket. Oh, I'm so sorry for this computer being so bad. And we want it under. Not community events. Okay, that's not going to work. So yeah, it's not letting us add a subdirectory anymore, but you would get rid of these and you would have just like this indie one with the project plan. I didn't delete the other project plan that was on your page, so that's still there for when you want to copy it over and get the permission. So that's all you have to do with the mentorship, other than, you know, guide through the program, with the mentee mentorship relationship, is every quarter go in and make sure that the deliverables have been met for that quarter, and you put a check there, and that's basically all you have to do, reporting back to Min. The group never, you know, we never need to go to this page at all. So that's like between you, Min, and Jacqueline. Is that
Okay.
this,
Oh, thank you.
I know I went around the block 3 times with this, but do you understand like the concept?
Yeah, I think yeah, my opinion is a technical mistake. So
Yeah.
we will solve. For me, it's very important your topic when I see your page. So if you prefer to talk
Yeah, so yeah,
about it.
so going down, so I was taking like up top of the mountain down. So the top of the mountain is your relationship with Min, the mentee, and the mentorship program, and that's all done on that page. The next is our project. So our project, again, I have it broken down into committees. The development committee and the business committee. And Gianluca is overall in charge of these three. But out of the team on this call, we encourage you to sign up for more than one as the mentor. So like my name would be under business, Gianluca would be under development, and we're going to suggest that you guys hop on these as mentors for hopefully everybody who signs up underneath them. So I changed this up to 4 groups: social media, marketing, education, and networking. So each one is under the business committee. So I figure every meeting we'd start with what's going on with the development group, and we'll go through that because that's, you know, what the business people need to know in order to do their job. So it's good to go over like the development work at the beginning of the meeting. And then we'll go over the business end of it. And I'm thinking that is an overall general topic of what we set out to do at the beginning of the week and what we accomplished during the week. And then what we want to do the following week. So that's like almost like a stand-up, where a stand-up is a business term that large corporations use when they have business meetings. It means that everybody who's the head of a committee stands up and makes a report, a quick report, just to keep people interested. Most people have stand-ups on Monday morning. And if you ever heard the word sprint, that's where a sprint comes in. Because if you guys had or if we as a team had an effort that needed to be accomplished right away, we would create a sprint that would like supersede the project plans that we were working on to get the sprint done. So that comes out in the stand up, and at the end of the week on a Friday, you should regroup. Or do it. I always do it on a stand up. I don't do a Friday meeting. I always do Monday morning meetings. So that's stand up, and then sprints if we ever have to get something done immediately. So we would do a stand up on our Monday morning call. We would go over the development committee's work and the exciting things that they have to show us. And then the business team, each business committee would report to what they're working on. So the social media, that is just going to be the person who is in charge of and gathering all the spots where we can push out social media for this project. Do we have a Twitter page? Do we have a Discord page? All the links should be right on. We're going to have a page for social media. All the links for the social media strategy should be up there. If anybody wants to start dropping them in, that would be great. What is our social media strategy? Our message will be there. And our message is the most important thing, to be consistent. So if we're having on a Monday morning meeting, we decide we're going to do a social media post as to a new feature, say, we want that feature from development we want it clear what the development team wants the message to be. So that's where this information for social media and when we make posts, it would be here. So that would be keeping that stuff. Marketing is more the message. And this is also where the meetup groups, so presentations would be stored here. Our logos, looks and feels would be stored here. What we want our brand to look like, so that if I am working on something in a project and I have to do a presentation, I shouldn't have to create the presentation. I should be able to go to the marketing page and pick out the presentations, or pick out the graphics, or pick out the template, or pick out anything for that. And then marketing is also in charge of the meetups. So I know I called this meetups last time, but there's so much more involved than just throwing a meetup out there. Again, that would be keeping the calendar of the meetups. Is there a global forum coming? Can anybody get over to the, say if the Indian Blockchain Association is having a big event, can anybody get to that? There's something happening in New York. Cannot, you know, like that kind of message sending out would be done through marketing. And then education is where the make the docs, the read the docs, the GitHub stuff, everything, all those books. I have my Kindle Create open here. I'm trying to create a series of books for this under an AI topic for us to market down the road. But first we have to get, excuse me, I'm going to cough. First we have to get our education. So we need a GitHub repository, make the docs for developers. We're going to need a book on how to load this from a business enterprise perspective, that kind of stuff. All that would go here. Class material, curriculum, all that goes here. Everything that if we have a standard library, that would go here. Links to all the GitHub repositories, all the everything education. And I'm sure I'm missing huge chunks of education, but that obviously would all go here. And networking, this is fundraising. This is getting people to, come to our meetup, maybe sponsor us. David Boswell put this out of funding opportunities for projects. We can go through, the networking team can go through this. The networking team is the people, would be the person who would go to the meetup and LinkedIn every single person and collect every single email with maybe a line about each person, and either put them into a partnership, end user, an investor category, so that we gather those emails and nobody, if they've reached out to see what we're doing, we need to capture their information and we need to keep it somewhere. So there's so many different ones. There's a couple of free ones I'm going to look into, just information systems to store all this. HubSpot, that's what I use. HubSpot is free. We can do a HubSpot account and start putting all of the emails for these people, for whether they're investors, whether they're partners, or whether they're just networking, their names in here. And again, if you know anyone who would make a great partner with this, a partner being someone who might want to run this with us in the lab and have their company name sponsor this, or any other level of sponsorship as well, because I know like maybe Accenture might be interested in this, and they could maybe send someone to our meetings, a little resource allocation to our meeting, and then therefore they become a sponsor and maybe, down the road a maintainer of this project. I don't know, that's just me dreaming, but that's what networking is all about. And then the development committee, again, Gianluca, this is for you. You can change the committees. Ooh, you don't have to. You have a lot. Wow, I'm impressed. Damn. Okay, I don't have to talk about the development committee. They're well on their way. So for the business committee, I think, and the development committee should be a part of this. We need to make up the first documents of any good business endeavor is knowing what you're doing. And it's often the hardest part, and a lot of people skip it and just think they know what they're doing. But we like to exactly know what we're doing. So this week, I'm going to introduce to the people who are interested in the business end of this. And if you know anyone who's not technical, who wants to have this on their resume, invite them to join us. They don't have to be part of the collaborative learning program, because I know there's a lot of technical people more on that than business people. So again, I'll pick up the slack wherever it is, but we should get people involved in this. So the first thing you do when you start a business is, and again, this is what I've been teaching this my whole life. So it is a SWOT analysis, your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So all you do is make a graph, or you don't need a graph. You could use it, just type it up, and answer the questions like, what are your internal factors? Why should you, how are you going to achieve your goals? What gives you this extra, like for us, one big thing that goes in the strength column is Hyperledger. We can use their paid tooling. They're going to help us advertise. That is a big strength. Weaknesses. What are we going up against? Well, there's all of a sudden on the market a lot of these products out there that are open source and are steps ahead of us already. That could be something. Opportunities, the same thing. Where if we write this manual and get this Kindle book published, we could market it so people can just download this. We'll see how that goes, but that is an opportunity, and there's tons of opportunities within the Hyperledger community as well, getting companies like Accenture, IBM, DTTC, all these companies that are members introduced to this tool once we get it fine-tuned and really looking sharp. And threats, what can stop us? Gianluca can go on vacation for 2 months and we'd be really in trouble, just certain things that might get in our way. And then the business plan is definitely something that you have. I put links in case, you drop your SWOT analysis in here. But things that we can think about, and even if it's just a line or whatever, it shows that you contemplated where you're going with your business. And it's so important that through doing this and the business plan, you come up with the mission statement. And that's what gets fed to the marketing team. That's the message that we develop. That's the brand. I mean, if we want a logo, a lot of times, if we have a logo and we move from lab to incubation, Hyperledger marketing team will start taking a look at that logo and make suggestions for us. So again, there's a lot to be done in the business. So I suggest I'll come back next week with answers for this. And so what I suggest the format of the call is we do that stand up in the first 15 minutes where every committee just reports what they're doing. And that might take a full half hour. And then that we have a breakout room for working from so the business people, if there's enough of us, will go and work on our stuff. And the development team would go work on their stuff for the 45 minutes left of the call. But again, it would depend on how much information needs to be discussed, and both teams need to be together for a lot of the information, because the business end can't do anything unless we are correctly fed information from the development committee. So we don't know what to market or what to talk about or what it should look like until, the development team tells us. So what I would like as a ask from the group is for them to take a look at this page. Not this page, sorry, wrong page. I'm going to drop it in when I go back. I guess I can go back here. And again, Gianluca, if you want to just drop, we know where the GitHub repositories are. If anybody starts working on that this week, either Trapur or Arunima, just put the stuff under education so that we know where it is. So I'm going to put this link in the chat. Hopefully other people will sign up for this as well. And then have, like, the ask would be to have them look at this and put some ideas if they want down. They still have their place, their folders here if they want to put information here to go over. So again, and then that's my take on it. So that's my ask for the week. And when I say that, and Arunima knows this probably better than anybody, I expect the mentor, Jacqueline, to be the communication piece for everybody. So when I just said invite people to sign up, I'm dropping the link in the chat. That's basically for Jacqueline to do a weekly communication, whether it's on Discord, whatever you choose, but just to get the message out there that we're looking for next week, people to have thoughts on the business plan or the information under June 17th. Is that in line with what everybody thinks? I've been talking for a real long time.
I think it's perfect. I was thinking the same, and then you pulled it up. It's like basically everything that I was thinking of speaking.
Well, and again, feel free to when I come back, I'm jealous right now. I don't like to be jealous, but I'm jealous of Gianluca's development team because he had his all filled out.
No.
That's why I'm like, please ask her.
No, it's wrong because first impression, it would be great. I very interesting in business part. Yeah, it's true. And another, I have a question because we have 5 mentees, but lots of candidates interested in the project. So the question is what we want to do. we can also reply to them, writing that they can join the project as guest. I don't know if we can.
Well,
or
put it like this, it's not as a guest. If they join the project, they're part of the team. They can put it on their resume. They can still, I would pitch it and again, invite everybody. There's a lot of work to be done. And the more
Yeah.
people we get, the better the work's going to look, because again, many hands make better projects. So if we send out a letter saying, last chance opportunity to become part of this project, looks great on your resume. I will always give anybody if I spend the next couple months working with somebody on any of these committees, I will gladly write you a letter of recommendation or go to your portal or however they do it now. And you can put it on your resume, on your LinkedIn profile. You can talk about it. You can set up meetups. I mean, you can take this as far as you want. And we need to let, everybody who didn't get the paid or the committee heads, the cooperative learning programs, they can still step up and take a leadership role if they wanted. Where'd it go? Come on.
Yeah, but we already have. There are. We have a list of candidates that they are writing on Discord. They want to join the project, but LFX replies to me that they can't join the official
It's not official.
mentorship. Okay, perfect.
In other words, they won't get the mentorship badge that they give out, I guess, at the end. I don't know. Arunima, what was your benefits from being the mentee last year? Did you get something like a digital badge?
I'm not very sure, but I did get a profile on the LFX. Like the LFX profile, it is mentioned. If we search mentees there, then my name comes up that I'm a mentee. But I think if you're considering it for interviews, no one really goes and checks the badge. They just see the work you have done. So if you can ignore the stipend, you can just work and get it on your resume, and it is equally valuable.
Yeah, exactly. Linux Foundation is not a gatekeeper for who can volunteer on this project. Anyone can volunteer. I could have my cousin or if they're computer savvy, my daughter, anyone join this project. So if they are interested in coming along for the ride, they will get credentials out of it and they will get a learning experience.
Okay.
The only time when I was applying for scholarships, I needed to show the recommendation letter that you wrote. Apart from that, no one really goes and sees the badge. As far as my experience, no one sees. Just they see the work that you have done, and the stipend is additional that the selected mentee gets. But for resume purpose, volunteering is like if you're volunteer, you can write it. The badge doesn't have much significance, I feel.
Good. Yeah. So again, it's a win situation. We could use as many people, especially if it's organized like this with the stand up in the beginning. So everybody knows where they're going and there's just not 50 people sitting there without, a goal or a plan. So yeah, I would definitely get together a letter to invite people to help.
Okay.
Or join,
Perfect.
not help, join.
That's the answer that I want. So I will write on Discord and also by mail to other people.
That would be great. And have join Monday's meeting.
Okay. Yeah. Invite them for the Monday's meeting. Okay.
And also drop a link that I just dropped in and see if they want to sign up for any
Yeah.
So I don't have to be so jealous of you.
No. I will drop only the business committee. Yeah. No the problem. Yeah. Okay.
I have sign up envy.
Okay.
I also wanted to add one more thing in this. As we were talking about SWOT analysis, I realized that we should also integrate that in I'm shared a link, and Bobby, can you open that?
The SWOT analysis? Yeah, let me see what it is.
No, the link that I shared in the chat box.
Oh, okay, sorry. Got it.
So basically, if you scroll down,
I'm trying. Sorry, too bad. Yeah, you gotta watch my computer. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, so this picture, yeah. We can also, like, we will have lots of tasks that we want to manage and want to complete during this mentorship. We can arrange them basically in a part where it's urgent and important in the first one, and then the tasks that are not urgent but are important, then urgent but not important, and not urgent and not important. So basically, the part that are in the first half, like urgent and important one, that should be the first one, to get integrated in our mentorship and should be completed first, and then we can move forward with not urgent but important. So if we go forward with this way, I think we will be able to get complete our deliverables that are in urgent and important. So we can use this one.
It's perfect. I'm going to put it on our page. Do we want to use something like Trello, or do you think the wiki page can handle it?
I think wiki page can handle it, but I haven't used Trello, so I don't know.
Well, let me show you real quick what it is.
I think on a repository we can have I think they have something GitHub has this where you can create these boards and try to arrange them in similar
Yeah,
to what Trello does. So
we
we
can.
can move most of the parts there.
Sorry.
We can move most of our like the work and what we're expecting out of it into there, and then make an outline out of it on our wiki page, so that we people who only watch the wiki page do have an access to it as well. And we can provide a link to that for the live updates of what we're doing.
Yeah, I think that's great. What do you think, and Luca and Bobby?
That sounds great to me. Yeah, you just have to make sure everybody knows the flow of it.
I think Swapnil, if you are comfortable right now, could you share the screen and like demonstrate once, if you, like you have your computer with you?
Yeah, just give me a minute.
Yeah. So basically, I will tell you orally what is happening here. So we will have three columns and we will have tick boxes, and the first one will be like in progress, and the ones that are like not that we have completed, and the task that no one has touched. So we can have like three columns like that, or anything that we want them to say. So it can be like that.
I have a question to Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Oh, Jacqueline, are you happy to work on both development and business committee?
Me?
Yes, do you want to work on both the topics?
Yeah, sure. I'm
Oh,
open to that.
okay, perfect. So Bobby, she can, yeah, yeah. It's good. It's we are happy.
I think Jacqueline would get a sense of how business and technology will work together as she is going to do her masters in technology management. So it will be helpful for her also.
Okay, so we can, Bobby, if you agree, we can share our idea to Jacqueline for the next step. So as she can work on both the topics.
Okay, I'm again trying to just show you. I might look into this. I'm not sure where we were going with what. Hold on just a second. Okay, this should work. Just to show you what Trello looks like, even though we're not gonna. It's nice to see this project. I use it personally when I get really. I don't want to. Okay. I use this when I get really bogged down with a lot of projects and my head starts getting too crowded and I don't know where to go. I will open this program and it will save my life. And it also works with the wiki page, I'm pretty sure. So again, I'm waiting for my computer to load it before I share my screen. And it keeps kicking me. There it goes. Okay, put this up here. So Trello is for teams, and I know GitHub has another version of this. And I don't know. Okay, I just have to take my hands off my computer. It's telling me to slow down. So I don't know if this is comparable to what Trello does, but let me share my screen. Sorry, this is taking so long. I can't find it. Hold on just a second. I know it's here somewhere. Start again. I can't find it. All right. So anyway, Trello organizes it by tabs and groups, and you can color code things. You can manage the project so easy. It is really, in my opinion, the ultimate team management tool. I adore it. But again, I'm having trouble logging into it right now. So, oh, here we go. We got the other version. I thought, are we going to do the GitHub one too?
Yeah.
Bobby, if you're sharing this thing, I can stop sharing mine and I'll.
Oh, no. Go ahead. I thought you were going to go over the GitHub Teams or how we work.
Yes. So on its core, like you can pick anything from here. Like you can inside, inside your repository, you can create a new project, and suppose if you can add a new view, and this could be anything. Like it can be a board or anything, and keeping it inside the repository. I feel like it's slightly more convenient, and there is one less moving part. So
That's exactly what I wanted to show you guys.
yeah, so we can create anything out here, anything that Trello offers, and like having Trello, then we have to move between Trello and here. So keeping it under the GitHub repository, I feel like would be slightly
So if
more
I
logical
wanted
to
to
do.
add brainstorm ideas for business plan, I would put that under to do, and I would mark it with what color. So we should have business colors and development tasks colored.
Yeah, I think it should offer that. Not sure. I'd probably have to check this, but I'm sure they might have something for this as well.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm sitting here looking at Trello, and it's the exact same space. Does the same thing: to do, in progress, and done. So that's, and the color coding. That's exactly what we were trying to achieve. So thank you so much. This is awesome. And then we don't have to use another software package. Great. Awesome. Anybody have anything else?
Sorry, I have a few questions.
Yes,
Go ahead.
please.
I guess like first of all, should I set up a weekly meetings with you guys so that I could guess like report what I've done or like ask any questions I have?
We usually, if that's the case, can meet 10 minutes before the general meeting.
Oh,
Or you
so
can just go,
the
we usually communicate through that LinkedIn channel. So if there's any questions during the week, if you put it in there, we all see that right away.
LinkedIn channel?
Yeah, hold on, I'll give you the link. Oh, it's a message. We need to add you to the message, right? Is that how that goes?
Yeah, I can add her to in the group.
Yeah,
I can
so we have a channel on LinkedIn messaging that's just us, so that if we need to communicate, we can ask questions there. And I'm hoping that as time goes on, you run the meeting and then turn over like to Gianluca to report for his committees, and you know, like, so you are going to kind of take over that role or learn that role as you go as well.
Okay.
Yeah, also, Jacqueline, if you need some extra meeting, short meeting, we can plan, especially if you have technical issues, we can plan, schedule a short meeting using also, I don't know, Gmail and Zoom, what you prefer. You can write me on LinkedIn, or Tripur, she's adding you on our mentor channel.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can write a message here there, and whosoever you wants your help will be, on the call for you.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just that my next step is to create a project plan. So I guess I'll like my main focus will be to like create that page and just to like so right now I'm just trying to gather as much information as possible so that I could make the plan like to detail.
Yeah, actually, we're going to build the plan together on the call. So for what you should do is just jot down ideas for the business plan instead of actually making, we don't want you to spinning your wheels, making a formal business plan. We're going to like, everybody should have ideas that they bring to the table for that. And I encourage the development team next week to be a part of that business plan because it's your work that we're trying to plan for. So again, we're going to do that as a team, but I would love it if you could next week be the one in control of the business plan, meaning when the ideas come up in the call, either go back and listen to the call and type them on the wiki page, or type them. I try to type them as they come up on the wiki page. That's kind of a skill I've learned over time. It's not something I expect you to be able to do. But if you want, you can just open an editable wiki page, and as we're having the business discussion, write it right on that business page that I showed you. Under each, where it's a mission statement, write it right there. But we're going to build that together. So just gather ideas. Don't go all formal on me.
Okay. So
So for instance, let me just run you through like next week. So say this is the group call. You've had all your questions answered from us during the LinkedIn pages and private meetings that you set up to get your specific questions answered. So it's now 9:00 Monday. You should, as the mentor, but not right away, be the one to say, hello, welcome to the call. I'm glad everybody's here today. We have a lot to cover. Here's our agenda. The first 15 minutes is stand up. All the committees will report what they've been doing. The next will break out as needed to get work done. Today, the work that we're doing is we're going to fill in this wiki page, and it will be that wiki page for the committee. Hold on, let me share my screen.
Also,
So you'll
Jacqueline,
say,
sorry, you go
no,
on.
go ahead.
I just want to say quickly that once you accept my request on LinkedIn, then I will be able to add it in the group. So let me
okay.
know once you do it.
Yeah.
So during that meeting, we're going to go over what the business plan and where we're going with this. So, and then if you can, but if not, I can do it this week for you. You would hit the edit button on this page so you could edit it. And as we're talking as a group about strengths, you would just jot down our ideas. And then hopefully, if no one has an idea, you bring one to the table. But again, I don't need you to do a formal business plan. We're just this is very informal on the wiki page for us. Eventually, this might become part of a presentation or part of the information that gets in a Kindle book or whatever. But for now, it's just for us so that we know where we're headed. And then we'll say, okay, the executive summary, what do you, as a group, you would, prompt us to think, what should we say for our executive summary? And if nobody, you usually wait 5 seconds, and if nobody says anything, then you supply your idea. And at the end of your idea, you always ask, any comments? Does everybody agree with this? And that's how we'll build this next week together. Is there any questions on that?
No.
I'll do it next week. I'll run the call next week so that you can see what running a call looks like.
Okay.
And
Thank you
it's
so much.
easy. Yeah, like Gianluca never thought he'd run a call. Now he runs them all the time.
Yes, no fair. Write on LinkedIn, and no problem. If you have question, you can ask us. We can support you. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Yeah, so
So
all for next week, just for the business where that's concerned, just read over a business plan and have ideas for each category in case no one else has an idea. Your idea would be very valuable to me because I hate when no one says anything in a call. So I'm going to
yeah,
count on you next week to have ideas.
all right. So I'm just like still trying to like sort things out in my mind. So the Monday meetings are usually like uh how do I put this? Like it's a time that like all groups gather together, and then we kind of like discuss or like sort of some details, and then if I need I will like schedule private meetings with Jane Luca regarding development, and then I'll maybe message you, Bobby, for like any concerns on the business aspect.
Absolutely. And we can always set up a meeting as well.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Because I'm still trying to like familiarize everyone on the team, so that's why I'm kind of like asking these like stupid questions.
No, you can
It's
even
great.
write in the group also if you have any question, and like if you want to address anyone who will be available will answer your question directly. So
Okay.
Gianluca, would, would you prefer to have a different group with Jacqueline so that she can ask questions more freely? Maybe she's not able to ask this question on the community channel.
could you repeat it? I was not able to understand.
No, I was just asking that should we have a separate group with Jacqueline where she can ask questions more freely, or does she have to do it on the community channel?
No, we have a separate group with us on LinkedIn. Like I added her in the mentorship,
Okay.
hyperlevel mentorship group, yeah, on LinkedIn. So
Okay, cool. I guess my next step is to read through some documentations, and then maybe like develop like a draft a project plan, and then once that's ready, I'll reach out to Jane Luca and Bobby for like a internal review.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right,
And
if
again,
that
feel free to edit those wiki pages, Jacqueline. Start typing on them, put your information on them. They're yours, ours, everybody's it's a group page. So if you want to work on the business plan and get some ideas down under there, put them there. Go ahead. I don't want you to think you have to do a formal business plan because that takes weeks. Just put your ideas on that page so that, when we get to that part of the meeting on Monday, there's already stuff there for us to read. I mean, please just go ahead and take over those pages as much as you want, to keep your head around what's going on. Cause I know it's a lot what we're throwing on you now. But it's basically everything, and you'll see it gets easier week by week.
okay. I'll look around. I just got the access to edit the wiki pages yesterday. So
Excellent.
yeah, that's all the questions I have.
Okay, are we done? I guess we're over the time anyway. So I'll see everybody Monday, and if anybody needs help, just reach out on LinkedIn and we'll get together. If it's a issue that needs urgent, we will get together before the Monday meeting, like at 1:15. But if not, I'll see everybody around 9 o'clock on Monday.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Also, bye.
Oh, yeah, and Tripor, please reach out on Discord so that I don't have to have committee envy anymore.
Where?
I wasn't there a lot of people on. Oh, I'm sorry, Gianluca, you were the one. Who
Yes,
said that
me.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
So don't have committee envy.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Thank you. Have a great
Thank
week.
you.
Okay.
You too. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.